By the way, if you could turn to that chart that I sent earlier today very briefly, there's something that Americans need to understand. Pushing up borrowing costs everywhere except in China. Now, what does that mean? What that means is that China is stable. China is the world's creditor now, not the United States. And China is becoming the global safe haven for wealth, not the United States. Just look at
Wow.
the lines, where they go. What does this mean to the bonds, the treasuries? It means that the yields are rising. They have to rise or you can't attract any investment. That's unsustainable. So quite frankly, I think regardless of what Trump does at this stage, we've seen the end of the petrodollar. That's done. We're going to see probably the yuan petro or the petro basket of currencies or something else, but the petrodollar is finished. That is a huge foundational stone for our prosperity in the world. And Americans need to understand that what we've done is destroy ourselves with this war. Whatever damage we think we've done to Iran, the long-term strategic damage to our country and to the rest of the world is far greater. Iran will survive. Iran will come back. There's no doubt about it. Just as Russia has survived and Russia has come roaring back. China is going to survive and China's roaring back. In fact, China is now the world's largest economy, not the United States.
I mean, of course, if you take a look at sanction, United States is imposing or has imposed or had imposed on Russia and then Iran, you'll notice that none of the sanctions are working. Russian ruble, that currency, is today much more powerful. It is, I think, the fourth strongest currency in the world. It came back roaring, as Douglas Macgregor is saying here. Iranian economy is, Donald Trump has made it great again. They're not collecting tolls in yuan, in Chinese currency, helping Chinese currency and also Iranian economy. All of these countries, I mean, they are not touched by the sanction. The effect of sanction doesn't work on them. And right now, as the Colonel said, that China has the largest economy. Right now, actually, it is United States with $28 trillion economy, and China has $18 trillion. But he's right, because China is catching up. They will. It's just a matter of time. And petrodollar is gone. Is totally gone. Is destroyed after this Iran war. So if petrodollar is dead, then United States economy will also shrink. There is no doubt about that.
And we've made matters worse because we constantly seem to opt for the threats of military power, because that apparently is the only tool we've got left. Well, we threatened everyone with tariffs. That's backfired badly. I don't see that we benefited from any of that. This president is all about bullying and threats, and it's back to the Roy Cohn School of Business. Number one, deny everything, admit nothing. Number two, threaten everybody, attack all the time. And finally, whatever happens, declare victory, claim that you've got control, that you're in charge, and everything's just fine. When Trump is driven out of office as a result of all of this, and I think it's inevitable at this stage, he's going to be making the same speech on his way out. I'm great. Everything was better under me, and we've been wildly successful. Thanks. No thanks.
So he's basically saying that Donald Trump will be thrown out of office because of this Iran disaster. Yeah, just for the Iran disaster in of itself is enough for him to be thrown out of office. He should not be in the office even for another day. And that's what United States military is realizing. That's why they're not briefing him. Dan Kane is not telling him anything, what he is doing. What Dan Kane is doing in the Middle East, in Iran, according to some sources. Not a single briefing, no situation room in the White House. It's all being taken away from Donald Trump. So yeah, he has lost quite a bit of credibility and power to the military already.
Finished.
And I have a little bit more breaking news now. The Pezeshkian, president of Iran, he has made a post on X, and he says the level of understanding and comprehension of the requesters from Iran regarding their presence in Islamabad is even lower than Trump's level of understanding and comprehension. ... That's all he says. He didn't say we're not going. He didn't say we are going. He just seems to mock those who think that there's going to be talks. I mean, that seems to be in line with other things we've heard. So it seems to imply, again, that there won't even be any talks. So there's nothing for Vice President Vance to go over there for. So we seem to be heading in a bad direction. I want to go down a path a little bit more in addition to what you just said there, which was profound and by itself economically should sound all the alarm bells to do what you suggested. But there's also the issue of the oil itself. First of all, the last oil tanker that left on February 27th before the war started has now reached its destination. Now the market has to burn through about 400 million barrels of release from very strategic reserves. And once that's through, then you can't have this, even this market manipulation that President Trump has genuinely been amazing at to keep it under or right around $100. That's running out because all of the props are going to come out, and there's a physical dearth of supply that you can't manage, and then that is turning into physical. These are in just the last day or two. Some of these today. Popular Airlines reduces air flights and cancels others until June 14th. Singapore jet fuels have doubled to an average of around 960 barrels so far in April compared to 182. LA. Flights out of LA have been canceled due to high flight. That's just yesterday. So this is going to continue on. And you talked about the fertilizer issue, which then has compounding problems for a harvest season. And then that means the food that's going to be over the remainder of the following year.
Yeah, of course, we will be facing most likely a famine. If not all of us, at least a lot of us will be facing famine in 2027, according to analysts. This is not coming from me. And because of the fertilizers, they are skyrocketing. Their prices are too high. The farmers, they cannot buy these fertilizers at that price, unless of course the food price will go up to the point where ordinary people will be starving. We have so many people, millions of people are already starving. I mean, this is such a nonsense. Donald Trump, whatever he did, he should be criminally responsible.
27. I mean, Doug, these are serious issues that are these problems are compounding by the day.
Well, it's been amateur hour in the White House and amateur hour on the Hill. None of these people have the intellectual or professional depth to do their jobs. That's the simplest explanation for the terrible position we put ourselves in. It's just that now the so-called curtain is being pulled back. The rest of the world recognizes us for what we are. We're not serious. We're not a serious country. And I'm afraid that that's the widespread opinion of us. And for Americans, what they need to understand, this is analogous to living in a house and watching one of your tenants in the house burn the other one half of the house down. And then the fire is put out. And everybody says, well, thank God the fire's out. At least we've got half a house left. And he says, oh, no, wait, I've got matches. I can burn the rest down. And people say, okay, well, if you think you need to, go ahead and do that. And that's what his supporters in the MAGA movement, whatever number are left, that's effectively what they're saying. Oh, I think it's great what he's doing. He needs to get those guys and kill them. And oh my God. And of course, most of these people have never pulled the trigger.
Yeah, of course, these are all BS from MAGA. You have to also understand how Israel played a role. I mean, behind all of these things, there is Israel. There's Israel and Epstein files. They're using it to blackmail Donald Trump, making him do whatever they want, including the recent assassination attempt on him. How many times he got almost assassinated? 4 times, false flags. But Israel is doing it. They are pulling the strings. We have to wake up. We have to accept that for what it is. Until we do that, I mean, I have a lot of people still on my channel supporting the Zionist state of Israel. You need to wake up because they are the real enemy of humanity. Subscribe for more videos in the next one.